We're live.
Sorry, just working on our vernacular.
What are some of the hashtags you use?
Fit girl. Exercise. Fit life. Girls who lift.
Girls who lift. Do you know, I think Instagram won't even show that. Because
really?
you're not a fit girl who lifts. So like...
Yeah, we got the
They
disease.
don't know.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know.
They don't check.
I think they do. Anyway,
I
welcome
shouldn't
to this
assume
week. Sup, boy, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, they shouldn't just assume my gender like that.
That's it. Alright, so this week, let's kick it off. So we ran a couple of seminars over the weekend, which was pretty cool. First one was at East Rugby Club. What are you looking at?
Okay.
Fit girl. Do you want to touch on East?
Yeah, sure. So we've recently aligned, me and James have been aligned with East for a while now, but from a business standpoint, we are now sort of taking over their strength and conditioning for their cults. So new sponsors there, which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
And we just ran a nutrition seminar on the weekend, a nutrition recovery seminar on the weekend for a few of the under 20s Colts boys. It was good, really, really well received. I think it's, for athletes at that sort of level, it's always surprising to see how little they actually know about recovery and sports performance. And I guess like anything, to teach people the basics, you're always going to get some really, really good benefits just from that. And
yeah, basics is key. And I think when we said we were going to do it in the first place, I think it was, and I think coaches lose this a little bit. It's like, what do they need to know in order to get the result? And then we just spoke about things that we wish we were told when we were 18, 20 years old, instead of just wasting years trying to figure stuff out for themselves. And then the second seminar was at Rebuild, so 2-hour seminar. So we had the first seminar based on habits, second one based on nutrition. Again, and it worked quite well. So again, obviously we live in this challenge world, but imagine educating and empowering people on making their own decisions and creating their own thoughts, rather than just telling them what they need to do. One is going to sort of play off now and pay off now, but one is going to pay off for the long run. We're looking to build people for the future, not just for now.
yeah, and it was really like, for my part of the seminar, it was really helping people realize their values and making sure that their day-to-day actions align with those values. So one of the biggest things for us was people are part of this gym because one of their values is health. They invest in it financially, emotionally, physically. But are their actions outside of the gym really aligning with that overall value of health? So we spoke about the importance of sleep, stress management.
No one wants to hear that stuff.
Yeah, gratitude, having fun. What else? Exercise and some nutrition basics as well. And it's one of those scenarios where people think with challenges they need to do they go straight into calorie restricted diets and all that kind of stuff. Whereas this was about, okay, we're going to make you sleep better. What habits can we work on to improve your sleep? Can we make you able to deal with life stress better? Because we know that's going to have an overall improvement on their health, which is going to improve their overall training in the gym as well.
Yeah, and I think from a nutrition standpoint, because that's what everyone wants from a challenge, right? That if you think about it from the broad scheme of things, they want training, but mostly they want their nutrition because they know their nutrition is going to help with improvements in X, Y, Z. But
so people have been conditioned.
Yeah, but again, if you create habits for people that are going to actually help their nutrition long term. So we did a post the other day where it's like, if you're not doing the basics right, and sorry if I'm looking over there, I'm just reading. So like eating 1 to 2 pieces of fruit per day, protein at each meal, eating without distraction, eating vegetables with 2 meals a day, eating slowly, eating fish twice per week, drinking 3 liters of fluids, eating enough fiber, having a protein shake, like these basic things to do with nutrition, these low-hanging fruits, if you wish, that are going to help you into the future massively. Again, and if you don't have them things that I've just read out sorted and you're trying to go into nutrition, you're always going to be completely lost. But if you come into a challenge where it was a weight loss challenge, for example, but you've already got them 8 habits I just read out done, then you're going to be a lot more successful.
Yeah, you don't need to jump to straight to a 1,200 calorie a day diet and think that's going to be the be all and end all for you. Again, the sort of habits we were focusing on, it's just the basics, and the basics work. Some of the stuff, like if you went into a nutrition challenge and purely focused on eating 1,200 calories while neglecting those 8 habits we just went through, it's like mowing the lawn when the house is on fire. You're sort of missing the point. It's nice to have a nice lawn, but when home base is cooked, then you're not really setting yourself up for anything.
Also, touching on that, no one should ever eat 1,200 calories. Ever. Ever. Yeah. So
if you think you're on 1,200 calories and you're not losing weight, you're not on 1,200 calories.
1,200 calories is so little. Alfie, my 2-year-old, could eat more than 1,200 calories.
The recommended daily intake for my 14-month-old is 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
He can barely walk.
Yeah. So 1,200 calories, and these places that just put everyone on the same amount of calories, of course they're going to get results again, but you're not learning anything. So there are your nutrition habits. Again, bringing back the fun. Okay, I think this is always an interesting topic because people just don't have fun anymore. Is that too much to say? Unless it's like drinking alcohol or going on piss.
Yeah, I think especially as we get older, we stop having fun. We stop playing. It's because we tend to prioritize other things like work, family, and all that kind of stuff. But life is better when it's fun. And just like anything you need to improve on, you need to prioritize habits around having fun. So that's one thing a lot of people, we're trying to get people to do as part of this challenge is play a little bit more, have some more fun, incorporate into their daily lives. Because again, when we are having fun, our relationships are better, we cope with stress better. You just have a more sustained and healthy outlook on life.
Yeah.
And life is better when it's fun.
And fun could be anything. Like, I know you've got a skateboard now.
Yeah.
You skateboard. I've started juggling. So I like to juggle, but you can go for a hike, go for a walk, try something new, have a little bit more connection with your partner, go on a date.
Well, I think one of the cool ones that I think resonated with a lot of people was play with your kids how you used to play. I think, you all used to play and have fun when we were kids. Well, I hope we did anyway.
Show them what you used to do.
Yeah, show them what you used to do and sort of engage in those activities. And you'll probably find that it's still bloody fun, especially doing it with your kids.
And I get it can be, like, just for example, last night. So I've been a little bit off the radar this week. Just felt busy and I think I was a little bit crook at one point. And last night, I just wanted to train. I just really wanted to train. Like, I just needed to do something. I needed to go to jiu-jitsu. But the class that I needed to go to would have affected the kids' bedtime. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I went and did it anyway, and I went to training because that's what I needed to do in that moment. But I still felt guilty for missing the kids' bedtime and making life harder for Jess, for example. Even though Jess doesn't matter, it's not hard putting your kids to bed necessarily. It's just easier with two.
Just happy to get rid of you.
Yeah, that's it. So the guilt is still there, but again, we do have to do things that look after us.
Gotta be selfish. Gotta be selfish sometimes.
Yeah, to some extent. Habits. I think if we just touch on how habits work. Habits should be the main focus. Like someone said, Duke University, I think 40% of our behaviours on any given day are just subconscious habits that we do. So habits become so important again, and we can't just get rid of a habit. We need to sort of replace the bad habit with a good one, or mix things around. So a habit works in four different, what would you call them?
Indicators, facets,
indicators. And again, this stuff's from James Clear. So it's like you have a cue, a craving, a response, and a reward. So you explain it in the light switch.
Yeah, so essentially, like, put it simply, you are the result of your habits. How fit you are, how happy you are, how good you are at life is, again, the result of your actions and your habits. So each habit, each sort of thing we do in our life is a result of what James said, a cue, craving, response, and reward. Sometimes all 4 of those things happen like that. Other times it can be drawn out over a longer period of time. But for example, I like to use say for example, you walk into a dark room. The cue is you want to see, the room is dark. Okay, then the craving is you want to see. The response is you flicking the light switch. The reward is then now you are able to see. And that happens in the space like that. Whereas, other things can be a little bit more drawn out, like our response to sort of stress. We have a shitty day, and that leads into us having a couple of drinks to help us de-stress. So it's those little things that can be drawn out, but it also happens quite quickly. And once we are aware of the cue, craving, response, and reward of certain things, we can adjust and manipulate them to create new habits.
Yeah, because you can be controlled by them too. There's one like the cue. for example, the phone. Do you know what I mean? Like you haven't got your phone vibrates. Your cravings, like you really want to see what's on your phone. So you go and pick up your phone, you know what I mean? That's your response. Then you're rewarded the fact that you've now seen what's on your phone and realised that it probably wasn't that exciting in the first place. But, you know, we end up like bloody dogs. Like now, every time your phone goes, we need to see what's on there. You know, it's like saying walkies to your dog. So we're sort of controlled by that. So, yeah, we need to flip the switch when we're looking to create more habits. And then, yeah, we can go into different scenarios. But that's what the seminar was about. So,
This week's podcast, we have a good friend of ours, Sarah Boyer, which will be quite a good...
From Tassie.
From Tassie. She's over for a few days, so we're going to catch up with her, talk about her journey in the fitness industry as a female PT, as well as dive into training from a female perspective.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting topic. Something that we know fairly good about from a practitioner standpoint, and we understand the science around sort of the menstrual cycle around nutrition and training, but it'd be very good to have a female there as well as we talk about it. One, people might believe what we're saying a little bit more with her there, but again, really important topic to speak about is the menstrual cycle when it comes to nutrition and training, because it does play a significant role in many areas. So I think this podcast will bang, and I'm looking forward to it. But
yeah, and we'll clear up the rumour once and for all if periods do actually attract bears.
Do they, Kate? Do periods attract bears?
Drop bears.
Have you ever seen a bear?
Drop bears.
Drop bears.
Drop bears. All right. Press like if you haven't already. You sneaky, you know, everyone's just here watching for free. You know what I mean? This ain't free. You double tap the screen. We expect likes, but thanks for tuning in. Another coffee. Oh, mine's pretty cold. And coaches, any last words?
No, see you next week.